Scientists are struggling to figure out why a disease is changing the appearance of great pandas in China. The animals are typically white with black patches on their limbs, ears, and eyes, but now a disease is making the distinct patches around their eyes appear white. A new report finds that a total of 12 giant pandas at the Chengdu research base of giant panda breeding have contracted some type of eye disease that is causing the dark fur around their eyes to fall out. Joining me now via Skype to talk about this mysterious condition is wildlife biologist Jeff Corwin. Jeff, thank you so much. So in your opinion, as a wildlife biologist, what is causing this?
Well, it's likely some sort of skin disease, such as a parasite similar to a scabies version that panda bears would get. It could be dietary, it could be a temperature situation, an environmental situation, but the likely culprit is some sort of skin disease, such as an epidermal parasite.
It's so sad. We're showing some pictures here that show what these sort of pandas are going through right now. Scientists and studies have shown that the eye patches around the eyes help pandas recognize each other, that the ears are dark. That alerts other predators when they're angry, when they're riled up. And then the eyes, the dark eyes, are ways for them to sort of see each other and recognize other pandas, because for many years, scientists really didn't know why these bears were sort of colored the way that they are.
It's a great question, Vlad. And it's true. We often see that with animal stripes, that the way the pattern is, it's a way to have visual recognition, maybe between a mom and its baby. We know that tigers and lions will often have spots at the tip of the tail so their cubs can follow them. And yes, in this case, visual recognition is important, and the eye coloration, the patching around those eyes, in some ways may function like a human fingerprint for individual identity. But when you look at those pictures, what you can see is that the color itself is not extremely affected. It's more like an ulceration around the eyes. The patterns don't change. The patterns are still there. Also, there are other ways that these animals recognize each other. There's sound cues. There's actual communication through sound back and forth, and of course through smell. So I don't think at this stage it would affect these animals to recognize each other.
So all of these cases seem to be at this one facility, the Chengdu research base. I mean, what's your sense of that? We don't want to level accusations, but it does seem sort of interesting that it's only happening at this one area.
Well, we need to care about pandas wherever they are living in human care, such as the National Zoo in Atlanta or where they are in China. By the way, every panda around the world, you could have a many-generation panda, sixth-generation panda born in the United States. That belongs to China. That's the way the treaty lays it out. But I don't think we want to overjudge the animal conditions here at this facility. I know that China takes their panda conservation incredibly serious. These facilities are monitored heavily. And sometimes animals, when they're in a captive environment and you have a communicable disease that can spread quickly from one animal to the next, find themselves in vulnerable situations like this. So it's probably too early to judge, but we should all know that China takes their panda protection as serious as any country in the world.
Yeah, we know that for China, they're a national treasure and they're treated as such. It's always good to have you, Jeff Corwin, to talk about stuff like this. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, Vlad.